And I'm the owner of Sun Electronics. This is my office, and solar is my world. I've been in the solar energy business for 43 years. The most important reason for doing business with Sun Electronics is low pricing for solar panels. We do everything else. We provide free design, we ship worldwide, we do installations internationally and domestically. Thank you. In 1973, I found a solar oven in the desert on the border between Arizona and Mexico. I set the oven up just prior to the Arab oil embargo against the United States, when thousands of people had to wait in line to get gasoline. When I set it up and it fried bacon, I decided that this might be a solution to the energy crisis. Ever since then, I've done nothing but devote my life to the promotion of solar energy. We didn't figure. This is our biggest surprise ever. As far as low pricing goes, you can't beat free, and that's what these panels are. These panels are used, but they're good and they work. And anything that doesn't work, you can fix on these. We know how to fix them. But I have about 50,000 of these actually. We've already given away 10,000. We're going to give away another 40,000. They're free, no strings attached. It's not a trick. Thank you. Solar panels last an incredibly large amount of time. We're talking about 30, 40, maybe even 50 years. The way we make the solar panels is very simple. This is just a non-working model, but you start off with a sheet of glass, then you put on the solar cells, you wire the solar cells together, then you go to the back of the panel and you put on another sheet of plastic. It's a laminate material, that's a vinyl acetate, and then you put on a sheet of Tedlar. That makes it pretty much impervious to moisture. Moisture is the enemy of solar panels. That's why you put a frame on the edge to seal the edges of the glass, and then once you've got the frame on, you've got to put the junction box on to connect the panel to the whatever it's going to. It might be a battery bank, charge regulator, in some cases even an inverter, a miniature inverter goes on the panel. And that's all there is to it. When I was pretty young, I always wanted to do something to help protect our environment. And what I decided was I also wanted to make money. And it just seemed to me that solar energy was a great possibility. On our website, we have a testimonial section with over 500 testimonials from customers. There's all types of people that have submitted photographs, and I greatly appreciate their generosity. But every photograph of every house on our testimonial comes along with an explanation of what they used it for, how they built it, if they did it themselves, and provides a lot of insight into the variety of people that like solar energy and have done it. Everybody I've ever known is for solar. There's only been a very few cases where people have taken the systems off their roof. In fact, I can only think of one time where somebody bought a house and they wanted it taken off. Solar is very, very popular. Nothing sells solar or convinces people to go to solar energy for their electrical power needs better than photographs of people that have spent their hard-earned money and are happy about what they did. That is the main thing that's great about testimonials, especially when you can provide 500 of them. And the more houses we install with solar, the more people will talk, the more people they will tell, their family, their friends. It's very important. So please share your photos of your installations with us. In 1973, I started a small solar company in Tucson, Arizona called the Tucson Energy Center. After that, I got a job with Congressman Morris K. Udall in Washington, D.C., and then I got another job with two other congressmen. One of them was Congressman George E. Brown Jr., who was chairman of the House Science and Technology Committee. It was a great honor to work for him. Then I worked for Governor Bruce Babbitt of Arizona. Governor Babbitt went on to become Secretary of the Interior. At the Arizona Solar Energy Commission, I met Bob McGinnis from Photowatt, one of the first factories in the United States. Photowatt was a great inspiration to me because I got to work right in the factory, get to see the modules being made, get to take people on tours, and getting to really learn the ins and outs of solar manufacturing, and the engineering, the design, the purchasing. And after that, I got a job with Kyocera Solar, Kyocera Solar in San Diego. Worked with them for about 6 years. Part of that time I spent in Miami, Florida, where I handled the Latin American operations for Kyocera. After that, I started Sun Electronics, which is approximately 25 years ago, and have been working with Sun Electronics as the owner and the CEO ever since. Growing up in Tucson, Arizona, as hot as it was there, it was important to stay in the water as much as possible. I was on a swim team, as were most of my brothers. We've always been into water sports, and that's kind of my hobby, and that's where I relieve my tension. I could go to the beach and go skin diving and stay in the water 4 hours. I love it. Miami is a wonderful place to live, but I swim, I love to go boating. It's a great place. Miami's a wonderful town. One of the lucky breaks for me when I came to Miami, of course, was the beach, places to go skin diving, body surf, which I really love. And this marina. This marina has been the takeoff point for many, many boat trips around Miami to go fishing, just having fun. You know, just gets you hungry, makes everything taste better. Skiing, cavorting with friends at night. We used to go to nightclubs on the boats, but those days are over for me, almost. Anyway, water's my world, whether or not that guy says it or not. Water is my world too. Sun Electronics has been here in Miami about a little over 25 years, 27 maybe, I don't know, something like that. We started actually in my office with all of our inventory, had the best view of all of Miami. People used to laugh about it, but a big part of the business was backup power systems to people in Haiti, Dominican Republic, Central, South America, and the Philippines. A lot of people in this world don't have electricity like we do in the United States. Dominican Republic has had riots over the fact that their power supply is so bad. Haiti, people will go for a week, days, but every day, no matter who you are, you're going to have a power outage of several hours. So backup power systems really helped me survive when I left Kyocera in order to keep the business going. Backup power was sort of our secret. We sold over 250,000 backup power systems to people in the Dominican Republic and Haiti and all these other countries that are out there that have power problems. After that, we really started focusing more on solar panels. The solar panel business has been real good for us. After my experience at Photowatt, working in the factory, I really discovered how tough solar panels are and how long they can last and how simple they are in their construction. A lot of people disagree with me, but if you ask me, solar panels are like sliding glass doors. There's really not much difference. You have an aluminum frame, you have tempered glass, except with the solar panels, you laminate solar cells to the glass, and the solar cells are basically pieces of rock that make electricity. So you just need to protect them and the wiring that's involved, the bus bars, etc., on the cells from water, potential corrosion problems. So the solar panel business, I can remember the first time I ever sold one pallet. I was thrilled. I sold it to a company called AEE in Northern California to a guy by the name of David Katz. He paid $6 a watt. And when I got back to the factory, I was a hero because I had sold one pallet of 30 solar panels. It was tough in those early days. And the main business was telecommunications. which I've learned to do and design systems for telecommunication projects. But my interest was always houses. I just liked the idea, particularly at that time, everything was off-grid, there was no grid connect systems. But the idea of people being independent, not only for their food sources, building their own home, getting their own water, but doing it all on solar was, it was a dream come true for me. It was what I always wanted to do, and now I really had a chance to sell solar panels at Photowatt, and then at Kyocera, and one other company, Photocom, but we won't go into that. So our company, when I started the company, the most important thing to me was I felt that if we were honest, we would stand out like a sore thumb, because in the early days, the solar water heating business was pretty corrupt. There were a lot of people trying to get extra money out of the tax credits from the government. So that's what I did. I've always tried to be honest. And in discovering the modules that had small cosmetic blemishes when I worked at Photowatt back in the 80s, I realized that a cosmetic blemish was almost nothing. It doesn't affect the power, it doesn't affect the lifetime, but it enables a person to buy solar panels for 30 to 40 to 50 to 60% less. Same lifetime, same power. And in some cases, a 25-year factory warranty or a 25 or 20-year warranty always from me. And I've been around longer than most solar companies, factories. They tend to come and go, as you know. So we ended up with a company that designs solar systems. We install solar systems. We are great at shipping them worldwide. We've been doing that for 25 years as well. And I think the next step for Sun Electronics will be getting into the larger multi-mega. We have supplied multi-megawatt projects with panels, but we have yet to do our own, which is my big goal for Sun Electronics, is to get into the larger end of it. But by far, always my favorite market is residential, especially off-grid. And I think we're really excellent in that regard. We have about $10 million of inventory. We've always been a company that believed in holding inventory, and you learn that by working in Miami. People from Latin America always show up with a plane ticket in their pocket and their wallet. And so you have to be ready from the get-go to get them what they need. So basically, the bottom line for Sun Electronics is to make solar electric cost affordable. So we are selling always the grade A, best high efficiency modules if that's what people need, and in some cases they do need high efficiency where they have a small amount of space. But we also sell grade B and grade C, and I have another video that you can look at. It's on YouTube. It's called The Difference Between Grade A, B, and C Solar Panels, and it explains to you what they are, what are the blemishes, why they're so good, and gives you a comparison of different panels up close that you could look at. So that's pretty much where we're at. We want to make solar energy cost effective without having to rely on tax credits, and it can be done. So that's all I have to say. So I'm John Kimball, and I'm signing off, and solar is my world.